Hey, hold on. This is the Sunday sit downs with the G's. Let's go. Read that motherfucking disclaimer. This shit ain't for the faint of heart. If you got a little sugar in your tank, don't listen to this show. You might get offended. If you ain't got your shit together, don't listen to this show. You might get offended. Okay? You've been forewarned. This ain't for the timid at heart. Come correct or get your ass the fuck up out of here. We ain't got time for it. What we do have time for, and most definitely got time for, is accountability. You heard? Cali Blue, talk to him.
Yeah, man, that's what we definitely got time for. Accountability, man. We're gonna stand up as gentlemen. We're gonna stand up as men, and we're gonna conversate as men. We're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna do all of the above, man. You know what I'm saying? Sunday sit down with the OG, second show, and we going up. And we going up, you know, today. You know, good brothers. They gonna let y'all know what they got going on. We just gonna conversate, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a real good topic to talk about. You know, these kids, these guns, man, and doing these robberies, man, and killing each other. And we need to find a solution to this, man. We need to find a solution to this. We're losing our young people to prison and streets and murder. And we need to find a solution for it, man. This is not the way it's supposed to go. This is not the way it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? And you know, somebody got to stand up. Somebody got to stand in the gap. Somebody got to speak on it and start conversation. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to put it in the air.
We got to put it in the universe.
We got to come to
we got to put it in the universe. We got to
put it out there.
We got to because we're gonna start off here real quick. Let's just get everybody together here on the same motherfucking page. You know what this is, man. This is the Sunday sit downs with the OGs. And by the way, let me just remind y'all, we are not here because we angry and we mad and we just want to argue about some shit. No. We see the problem. We are hitting the problem head on. And what we want is solution. Understand that. This is about solution. We're not arguing about the problem. We are talking about the solution. Okay? And a lot of that solution becomes with accountability. So I'm going to start this shit off by telling you already who I am. I am your man, Heat Detector. And we got some people in the building. I'm going to allow everybody else to go ahead and introduce themselves. You know, my co-host, you already know. Go ahead.
OG Cali Blue. Y'all know me. Cadillac Chronicles. Y'all know where y'all can find me. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Y'all know what it is.
And my man's for the second time in a row on the show. Go ahead.
This your man, OT.
Come on, man. Let's go.
It's your man. I'm here from California, OT, Northern California. I'm easygoing OG. I've been out here doing it. I ain't got a whole big presence of it on that old social media, but I'm around. You can find me on Facebook. You know, it ain't hard to find. And I'm just here for something positive, trying to help do something serious and trying to do something that's close to my heart, which is like we talked about, trying to save this youth and trying to elevate this culture. Black, brown, Latino, everybody together. We all gonna do this better. We got to do better. Got to know better and do better.
Shout out to what OT just said. Shout out to what OT just said. But also, too, he's ex-military. We'll get into that in a minute. But we also have a special guest tonight. My man's, go ahead. I want to give you an introduction, but I need you to give yourself that proper introduction.
Well, shit, I know everybody's going by different names. I've never really been like that.
We can barely hear you, fam. You gotta turn your mic up or something. We can barely hear you.
My bad. I have to adjust that, but I just go by AJ, man. I'm right here in Colorado. You can social media, Facebook, IGs, all Azteca Boxing 970.
Okay.
Basically just out here, man. Just trying to make a difference, man, in these streets, and just really pushing positive with kids and showing them a different way, and more so by my walk than anything, man. Like
That's right.
Yes.
So, that's who I am. That's where I'm at.
All right, you already heard him. That's AJ, and you can find him at Aztec Boxing. That's in Greeley, California. Colorado. My bad. Before we even get super deep, we all see what's on the screen right there, right now. You know what I'm saying? I know what I think about it. I'll wait. I swear to God, I'm gonna wait. Whoever wants to weigh in on this and say what the fuck the problem is with this right here, because I already know what I think. Anybody want to weigh in?
Go ahead, gentlemen. You guys are the guests. Now, let's start off with our special guest today.
Yeah, AJ, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's sad, man. It's where we're at, you know, and it's sad because, I mean, I know that's horrible and it looks horrible just by the headline, but right here in Greeley, where I'm at, I mean, we've been having about shootings like once a week, you know, with teenagers and stuff like this. So, I mean, this right here, I mean, it's sad, man, but it's fucked up, but you know, I talked to you the other day, but I really just feel stuff like this it just boils down to self, man. Like knowledge of self. Like for me, like when I see things like this, it's just like we're lacking the true identity, you know, and these kids are lacking like a true identity of self. Like without that, we're going to keep seeing headlines like this every day. And I just know even right here in where I'm at, like that's what we're fighting every day. We just had multiple shootings like 2 days ago with teenagers and young adults, and it's been going back and forth. And so I mean it's fucked up, but that's what I'm here fighting every day. It doesn't even like it doesn't like rile me up. You know what I mean?
It does. So it don't rile you up. But
it doesn't rile me up in the sense where like I'm not shocked. Like it's fucked up to say, but it's happening, and that's what like me. What I'm doing, I can speak that I'm trying to fight that. Like, so that's why I say it doesn't rile me up. Like, I mean, it's fucked up though. It's cold-blooded. You know, that kid. Again, it just falls down to like that's an identity crisis.
OT, what you think about what?
Well, we spoke on it a few minutes ago. I'm gonna go ahead and readdress it. It used to be back in the day when you turn a lick or when you did something, you knew who was you riding with, right? Through whatever reason, you know, back in the day, we used to get bust. You got people bust into your neighborhood, so you didn't even know who you was with because he lived down the street. But you assumed he was with your set. You rolled with him. He might even had a blue rag, red rag, or whatever he was doing, but you didn't know what he was about until you had spent time talking to him. So you shouldn't have been doing no business with him in the first place, right? Now, nowadays, we these youngsters, they get together, especially here in the 209 in Northern California. I heard it's every man for himself. It ain't even a set. These guys is just wilding out. And again, because the game done got twisted, they done took it apart, dissected, I guess some of the people say, and messed it up. So if I understand correctly in that situation, these guys go do the move, and in the middle of it, he think, man, this cat he ain't true. He ain't gonna do what he's supposed to. I need to stop this before so ain't one less witness, you know. And if he know that, he should have been out there with him in the first place. That's what a real man would have already told me. You should have been fooling with him, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Take it, sir.
That's also another way to look at it. Cali Blue, what you got to say, bro? Because I already know what I'm fucking feeling about this shit.
First of all, you shouldn't have been out there with that type of energy in the first
Period.
place.
Anyway.
Period.
Okay.
Period. You're a child. You are a child. These guys are 17 years old. You're still a child. You should have had your ass somewhere in somebody's school, in somebody's class. That's number one. That's number one. Or you should have had your ass at home with your mama and your parents. You know what I'm saying? Or in a freaking library, reading a damn book. You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't read anymore. They don't read anymore.
They don't read no more. They don't read no more. If it's not on social media, it's not getting read.
Facts.
And they ain't even reading on social media. They more looking at the goddamn pictures and looking at you know what type of weapons
YouTube and what's going on,
this and that. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is, you know, my question is always, how the hell is our children getting a hold to all the damn guns?
Oh shit.
You shouldn't be 17 years old with a 9mm in the streets. Like, come on, man.
All right, so look, this is open forum, and I'm looking at AJ over there, and he in the cut, like kind of like, you know, but I know shit running through his head right now, and I don't understand why he ain't saying nothing. But I'm gonna tap in real quick, and then I'm gonna leave that shit wide open to y'all, because to me, this shit is about integrity. This shit is about trust. This shit is about morals. This shit is about laurels. This shit is about motherfucking fuck being real to the streets and all that type of shit. Remember back in the day when you had a friend, he was a friend. The last thing you want to do is harm this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There was a thing where, like, even if I just met you and we were fucking around for a week, pause, we had an understanding. I rock with you, you rock with me. Period. If I trust you, you trust me. Period. We grew up on these morals of understanding how people are and how they should be. And the problem here is that these motherfuckers don't even trust their own. We talked about this shit before. When motherfuckers is killing their fucking parents because they don't trust their parents, they're killing their best friends. They are doing the most ridiculous shit. But why is that? That's the biggest question. Why is that? I'm gonna leave that shit wide open. Come on, man. Talk to me, because I struggle with these thoughts. Like AJ said, he said, he ain't really moved by it because it doesn't. He said, I'm not trying to mention words.
Let him speak it. Let him speak it. I see him ready to give it to us, AJ.
Words, but what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't surprise him.
Listen to him. Go ahead and give it to him. I see it.
We got to stop being like unsurprised and start being surprised.
But watch this. Asa, give it to him. Watch.
I guess my thing, you said it though, like when you said like the whole and all those sort of things, it's happening so much. That's why it doesn't like make me surprised in the way that I think you're trying to get at. But I mean, it fucks with me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have sympathy. I have empathy. Like, I feel them.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think that's like a huge problem. Everybody has sympathy, and they feel, and people think they should have it. But really, like, we need to have empathy so that we actually feel it, because these kids were us, and we want these kids to be us. And so that's why I said, like, for me, it all starts with self. And for me, like, that's my whole journey is just, I'm trying to, the kids that I work with, I'm not in Detroit, so I can't work with those kids. I don't know those kids. I know these kids over here, and they're shooting each other all the time over blue and red.
Right.
It's like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, the best thing I ever heard is like, you know, what's the color of the flag? You know, red, white, and blue. What color we pick? Red and blue. What's left? White. It's like
AJ.
Yo.
Give them a little bit background about you, bro, so they can understand that like you really know where you talking about and where you coming from with this shit. Because I think if they understand your background and how you ended up where you're at right now, it gives a bigger picture, like a bigger fucking picture.
And I come from Greeley, man, and I just come from like a real gangbang culture, and like we were really in the streets, and not to say that other people weren't, but I know we were, and I just grew up really heavy in the mix. I ended up going away for a while. But one of the things that like before I got locked up, I loved to read. I was just telling my boy up here, one of the best things I ever read was Autobiography of Malcolm X. And it just started something in my head. Like even while I was like gangbanging and doing all the things that we were doing, like I knew in my head there was something. I knew there was something not right. All I ever saw though was this.
Wrong,
I
right?
I
Just what it
was too
was.
young to understand
Right.
it. Then fast forward some time, I get locked up, and my neighbor, I was in solitary confinement. My neighbor was a 5%er, and every day he asked, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?" It just like really fucked me up because I was like, I thought the dude was fucking with me, but like after he explained it, and he broke down this knowledge of self and mathematics and all these different things. I'm like, yo, like it's, you know what I mean? And then and then just this whole self identity and love myself and self and from there then I can go out. When I got out, don't get me wrong, I was still fucking up. Fast forward some more time, my youngest son died because of decisions that we were making and shit, and putting him in a bad situation. And it just made me wake up, man. Like it finally made me wake up. Like my youngest son died, my oldest son was in a coma. We were all, I mean, it was man, and it just finally like I had no choice but to wise up. And all I knew was boxing. I knew I had a good reputation on the streets. I opened up my doors, and man, I've been going ever since. And just like that's where I'm at. I mean, I can go on forever about that, what we're doing, but now it's just a positive.
So can you tell us what that is? That boxing? Heats mentioned it, but what does it do? How do you attract the people? Why are you doing this, man?
So I come from where I live is like a really big Chicano station.
No, come on, man. Don't worry about it. Speak
it. How do you speak it? Yeah.
What I'm saying, like, so I live in it's predominantly Chicano, and what do they love? Rice and boxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
boxing. Right. And you better have some hands, right? You better have some hands, right? Or this.
When they come in the door, I fuck them up because they got to read.
Okay.
The grade's got to be on point. I tell them, like, look, man, if you're fighting out in the streets, you can't. We're gonna have to pause you from coming for a while.
Okay.
So the boxing what gets them in the door, and then I mean, and like I said, my walk is way more louder than anything I could ever say.
My man.
Cool.
Did you hear what he said? Hold on. He just said his walk is way more louder than what he says.
Right. Exactly. And that's powerful. But what I love about it is that boxing creates discipline.
Thank you.
That's what they don't have now. They don't have discipline. You know what I'm saying? And boxing creates discipline. That's the beautiful thing about using boxing, man. I applaud you on that. I applaud you, man.
Man, let's go ahead. Let's go.
You gotta find a way to reel them in, and I think that's a great way of doing it. The boxing, yes, definitely, because they don't have now, man. It's like they don't have discipline, right? And the drive that they have is not the drive that they should have. You know what I'm saying? Like the drive that they have, like they'll go hard, to do something fucked up
Yeah.
rather than doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Positive, exactly. So it's like the thought process is backwards.
Okay, so what?
Because
Okay,
if you
so
look at it like this, look at it like this. If you ask any teenager today that consider themselves out there about that life or however you want to put it, right? Ask them one question. What are you going to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
And the question is always going to be one of three things, or always these three things. Either I'm going to be hanging with the homies, I'm going to be going to the studio, or I'm going to be sliding with the homies. The only three they have that you are hanging out with a little girl, but you never hear them say, "Oh, I'm going to school, library. I'm going to fill out that job application. I'm going to work." Never do you hear that.
but
See, the thought is backwards. Their
But
focus is not on what it should be focused on. And I think with boxing, it creates that where they can be focused on something, and it gives them that strength to be able to focus on something else. You know what I'm saying? Because right now their focus is on the wrong thing, and and it's crazy because I look back and I'm like, if they put more energy into thinking about tomorrow or pursuing something for tomorrow, the future, they'll be so much more successful. That they put in these streets, if they put that energy, they'll be so much successful.
but let's be clear. Not all kids are like that. We're not saying
No.
all kids of color,
No.
of melanin. And when I say color and melanin, I mean brown, black. Because really, in this country, that's all we need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? The Asian community and all. Well, let's also not forget the Native Americans too, because there's a lot of struggle within all kinds of shit. But we can sit here and go in circles all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about something that we haven't touched on: accountability. Now, as a father myself, accountability is so fucking important, because I can't just sit around and just be like, yeah, whatever. You know, I have to show and prove myself every fucking day, even on my bad day. Man, my daughter came in and was fucking with me, and I swear to God, this was earlier today. I was like, I want to say, bitch, leave me alone. But first of all, I can't call my daughter a bitch. I had to stop my thinking, you know what I'm saying? I had to stop myself. And it was just like, all right, take it easy, little girl. Or I call her little one. Take it easy, little one. And then she kind of knew, like, from my tone, that this is, don't fuck with dad right now. He's
Right.
in a moment. You know what I'm saying? But even with that being said, you know, there's a lot of variables to that. And I think all of us here probably even know that. I mean, unfortunately, I got baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? I've been married for a long time now. I've been with this woman for almost 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Longest relationship I ever been in my goddamn life. I was wild. I was crazy. And so some of us, we understand the wild and the crazy, and we see it. We know the game. We see it in the kids. We understand, but they look at us like we don't know shit. We don't know what the fuck we talking about. You old, dude. AJ, you old. Stop telling me that. Stop telling me that. OT, you old. Stop telling me that. You don't know what it's out here like. You don't know nothing.
You understand? Yes.
Charlie Blue, stop talking to me. Oh, I know better. But we see that they don't know better. And it's imperative that us as adults, like, fuck that. I ain't even gonna say adults, because half these motherfuckers don't know how to be adults. That's a whole nother fucking topic. But us as men, and as men, as we sitting here talking, okay, I don't want to do all this arguing and shit. Kelly Blue, man, you already know how we talk and how we get down. OT, you barely fucking figuring it out. Not saying no on some real shit. Like as far as the conversation and shit is concerned, because to me it's not about let's keep on talking about this bullshit. But I think AJ's kind of got the right idea.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Stop talking about it and be about it. And isn't that what this whole show is about?
Exactly.
See how I do it.
Right.
Yes. See how he walk. I like that. Hey, that AJ stick on. See how I move. That lets you know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna talk too much. Watch how I do this.
Yeah. Right. That's the old attitude when we was coming up. It was always actions speak louder than words.
Then there it is.
And be putting action behind your words, that makes it even more, that much more powerful. You know what I mean? And that's what we need a lot more of. And if we had a lot more of that, then we'll have a lot less of our kids.
Okay, now I'm going to be the antagonist. Now I'm going to be the antagonist. Now I'm going to say some shit. All right? So fuck all that. You sitting in front of your son. You're sitting in front of his friends. You're hearing things. You like what do? You still got to fight with the main fucking monster. Social media, the internet will kill us every fucking time. These kids are like this 24/7. They have access to things that we have never had access to before in our entire fucking lives. The world has more access to the world itself than any time in human history. How do you combat that?
That's not uphill battle.
I need y'all to fucking talk. How do we combat that? I don't want this to be this like yo, how do we combat it? Get some ideas. Put the hamster in the fucking wheel, get that motherfucker running, and let's go.
I think it's what you said already though, and what my boy Northern Cali said over here. It's just a matter of doing it. I think everybody wants to like come up with some crazy fucking Einstein solution when it's just like, yo, when I look at these kids and I look at my son, my oldest son is me. He is
right.
Identical everything to me. Like his attitude, everything. I tell him all the time, I got the same shit in front of me. The same fucking
but they don't believe us. AJ, they don't believe us. They don't believe us when we tell them that we went through it. They don't believe us when we tell them that, look, man, prison ain't that. It ain't that.
It ain't that. Believe me, it ain't that.
They don't believe us when we're telling them that we did that, been there, done that.
Let me tell you something. I went through the whole 9. Gang banging, I did the whole 9. Fortunately for me, I was able to avoid prison, right? Here's the thing. My son and I, we've always been close. We've always been cool. My son can always come to me and tell me whatever he needs to tell me without feeling like, he can't do it.
Praise
so
God.
He came to me and he told me straight out. He said, this is what I want to do. I said, are you sure about this? He said, yeah. So I said, well, answer this question. Why? Why do you want to do this? He said, number one, because I don't want to be walking these streets by myself and people be tripping. I said, okay, I can understand that. I said, let me explain some things to you first.
Oh my God. That's right there.
Don't think that these guys who you trying to become a member of are what they say they are. Don't think for 1 second that they are. All right. See, I was in a little war. I got stabbed up. You know what I'm saying? So I showed him my stab wounds. You know what I'm saying? I said, now, if this is what you are willing to go through, then I can't tell you nothing. But let me tell you this: there's a way you got to go about it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And I let him know those ways. He made his choice to do what he wanted to do anyway.
Wait. Let's stop. Let's stop right there, real quick. Because do you think that maybe the ways you told him to go about it actually fueled his thought process? Because what
Well,
I've
see, let me
understood,
tell you something. I was always taught if you're gonna do it and somebody know how to do it, you teach them how to do it right.
no, but see, then that's adding gasoline to the fire.
But
AJ,
see, here's the thing. If he's gonna do it anyway, I'm not gonna have him out here being a fool with it.
that's like
You're
telling
gonna have to make some smart moves. And let me tell you something.
No, bro,
It may have added fuel to the fire, but what it did was
this is where we differ. I don't tell my kid if you're gonna smoke weed, just smoke it in the fucking house.
my
I don't
mother
tell
did.
my kid if you're gonna fucking drink in the fucking house.
My mother made me smoke weed in the house. She said, don't take the shit outside. Hey,
No,
that's the
no.
way you do it. But see, let me tell you something. Like I told my son, I said, look here. When you go to jail, don't think you're getting bailed out. Because my mother did the same thing to me. She said, I'm not coming to see you, and I'm not coming to bail you out.
So
Now,
you give him
my son went through one case. My son went through one case. He's 27 now. He went through one case where he got caught up with a gun charge. He went through another case where he got assault and battery. Those are the only two cases he's been through ever in his life. Because once he caught those two cases, he learned his motherfucking lesson.
Can we be fucking clear? He should have never had a case, period.
He
That's part of
shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. But once he caught those two cases, he learned his lesson. The first case, he was some guy who tried to pin the gun on him.
I promise you, that is the wrong shit. Because you low key advocating. I never told you know what I told my son, even as a child, all the way growing up. Don't aspire. He said, I want to be like you, Dad. I said, fuck that. Don't ever be like me. Aspire to be bigger and greater than I could ever see myself. Don't be like me. I'm fucked up. I'm trying to pull it together. Hey, Cali Blue, I love the fuck out of you, bro. I'm not trying to attack you. You know what I'm saying?
But what is your son doing right now? Is he aspiring to be greater than you at the moment?
He fucking all the way up. And
Thank you. Even though you put that bug in his ear, he's not doing what you wanted him to do.
Gizzo's in the goddamn building.
Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing?
Let me give you a
How you
slight
doing?
Gizzo real quick. Gizzo is that's my man, so I fuck with him. He here in Chicago, ex gangbanger. No, Gizzo, tell your story real quick.
Why you telling his story? Yeah, let him tell it.
Hey, Cali Blue, I love you, baby. I love you. For real. You know what I'm saying? But things be moving me. You know what I'm saying? I get moved easily. Not like that. I just get moved easily with these kids and shit. Because we got to find answers and solutions. You know what I'm saying? So I talk
here's
shit.
the thing. Our answers and our solutions comes sometimes at a price.
Yes, sir.
And our answers and our solution comes at a difference. Sometimes your answers and your solutions might not be right for my situation.
Thank you for saying that.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for saying
Each
that.
situation is something that we have to deal with on an individual basis, and that's where the problem is. That's where because each individual child has a right to their own thoughts and opinions. The problem is their thoughts and opinion is attached to a fucking chain that's locked to their brain, and there's a lot of them got that same chain that they're attached to, and is attached to their fucking brain. And how do we cut that chain off? To let them know you can think for yourself and don't think like the crowd.
AJ, where are you at? AJ just trying to soak it all in. He's just kind of like, man, I don't know if I signed up for this.
I'm just trying to fill everybody out.
Right. As you should.
I stick to what I'm doing, man. Like I said, like I'm consistent with my shit, man.
Gizzo's back in the building. Gizzo, I don't mean to cut you, AJ. Gizzo, tell these people your quick story, right quick. You know, make it snappy, nappy. Okay, Gizzo, we can't hear him. I guess at some point, you know, he'll figure it out. But yeah, no, it's tough because we all have our own personal experiences, and you know, with this shit, with children, and then seeing other children, and then watching the news all the time. We all have these issues and problems with shit. Cali Blue, man, I got to reiterate this, man. I wasn't trying to attack you, bro.
Oh, no. It's all good because see, here's the thing. I have 3 nephews, right? Mm-hmm. They grew up with my son.
Right.
All 3 of my nephews have spent years upon years upon years in the penitentiary. I have one doing 25 to life right now. One just got out from he did 10 years. He got out for less than a year, and he went back for like 5 more years.
All right.
See here, that's what I'm saying.
God
Even
damn.
though our way of trying to show our kids something might be different, and it might not be right for each other person, the difference is the one thing I can say: my son has not spent one day in prison.
Now you want to
learn the valuable lessons. When he learned the first one, from what he learned from the first cases, what I told him the first time: don't think those people that you're running with are going to be those people that you think that they are. They say they are that you're running with. Because when they got caught up with him, they had guns. He didn't have a gun. They tried to put the gun on him.
Man, look,
those people don't give a fuck about those people don't give a fuck about nobody else, and that's what I tell my daughter. Because I know a story of a girl that was hanging out with her friends. She was 16 years old, Hispanic girl, and a car came through and they shot at them. She got shot. They dragged her to a front porch and left her there, and everybody ran off. And that's what I tell my daughter. They don't give a fuck about you. Like, make them right decisions, yo.
Exactly. But see, like I said, just like what he just told his daughter right there. What if your daughter still decides to go out and do it again?
That's not on me after that. You can't control what these kids do afterwards, because once they leave the house, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. We talked about this last week. This last week. Heat detector, he had his son in the fucking studio since he was 8 and 7 years old and all this shit, but all it takes is for him to go out, forget about what he told him, and make some fucking mistake. That's irreversible, you know?
Exactly.
Man, look. I'm gonna go even deeper, and AJ, check this shit out. So my brother passed away in 1996. 96. High speed chase. Not him. He was going through a green light. The motherfucker they were chasing. They chased him all over San Diego, bro. OG Cali Blue. We were talking about San Diego. My brother's the reason why they have to stop and fucking pursue law, right? What I mean by that is they're supposed to slow the fuck down and not be wildly chasing a motherfucker. So when my brother passed away, he had 2 kids, Christian and Jonathan. I shouldn't even say their names out loud, but I already did. Fuck it. One of them's doing double life. The other one is you know, he did 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But he still, you know, sometimes and the thing about it is, and I'm going to bring this up, because when my brother passed, I fucking took it upon my responsibility, as us Latino men kind of do, is like, my brother's gone, now I have to be their father. You know what I'm saying? The only problem with that is that I wasn't okay. I'm in the Bronx with these niggas, and I got them outside with me all night. I got them outside with me doing and seeing every fucking thing. And I'm not even clearing my head at that point. You know what I'm saying? One of them's doing double life. The other one, if you add up all the years, man, shit is just maddening. but I tried my best. I you know, and this goes back to like me yelling at Cali Blue, like, fuck, you think you telling them the right shit, but you're giving them the blueprint. You giving them the blueprint how to get away with shit, how to do shit, how to fucking be the most maniacal ass motherfucker there is. And I it hurts my heart because these are my brother's kids that they call me pops now. They call, you know, I know I'm not their fucking father. I know that these are my nephews, but they feel like my sons. And shit, one of them doing double life and trying to throw his brother under the bus to try to get one of those double lives out of him. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't even fucking know what's going on. And now when I talk to the niggas, these niggas got tattoos all on their face and everything. I feel responsible for that. I put these motherfuckers outside. I left them outside with me outside when I was wilding. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest point. You know what I mean? We think we doing something right. Like, let me show these little motherfuckers how to maneuver. We're really showing them. Not just how to
exactly, because at that particular time, I was still in the streets.
Yeah.
I wasn't in my right frame of mind. I was still in that frame of mind of being a gangster. I was still in that frame of mind of getting and taking care of my family the way that I knew how.
Right. I'm looking at AJ right now. AJ, why are you wiping your face? You feel like if you got to say something, man, say it.
Like I said, I'm just
It's a lot. It's a lot. I know. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to take in. But you're somebody with their feet on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And there's actually.
That's why I'm just kind of listening because, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has their own journey, has their own way of doing it. You know what I mean? And I just know that I'm not gonna, for one, I can't, like, I think dude right here, what's dude from Chicago that jumped in?
Gizzo.
Yeah, I'm still here, bro. I'm still here.
He said something really good though. It's like all we could do is explain to him, show him, tell him. At the end of the day, they still got to make their decision. We talked about accountability earlier. Once we give them the knowledge, accountability and actually do their own knowledge too. You know what I mean?
Right.
We talked the other day, and me and you understand mathematics. Like once I teach you what, you know, once I teach you 0 to 9, well then you got to figure out 0 to 9 as well.
Right.
And so I mean. Yeah, I feel what homie's saying right here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like at some point, that's where the accountability has to come. That's why I say I walk this louder because I'm consistent with it. So like, and I tell my dudes whenever I tell all my people over here, whenever you feeling like you're going off, then lean on like, well, if AJ's can do it, I can. If AJ can stay out in the bars and the clubs, the streets, well, then I could do it. If AJ's not bouncing chick to chick, well, I could do it. If AJ's at the gym at 5:30 in the morning till 8:30 at night, Monday through Sunday, well, then I could do it.
Okay.
So I take accountability for myself, and that.
Yes, sir.
And so that's why, like, dude. Is or whatever. I love what he said. It's like all we can do is tell him, talk to him, show him, and then let them. They have to figure it out.
Well, there's a book called The Prophet, and anybody that's ever been involved with any Muslim type shit, they understand this book. And one of the passages in that book says, "As parents, we are yet the staff, and our children are the arrow, and all we can do is just let it go." You know, once it leaves, we got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with that is they didn't take into account the internet. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take into account all these other fucking things. You know, I can imagine 300 years ago being able to control my son to not do dumb shit, because dumb shit would have got him killed. You know what I'm saying? Got him hung, got him whatever. The same thing is happening, you know, and when I talk about accountability, AJ, I'm talking about dudes that have kids. They're not being accountable for their own children. And this is like part of the whole show. Not part. This is what the show is about, because I firmly believe in my heart that if we start taking accountability and we start making other motherfuckers think about their own accountability, there will be less baby mamas and shit and motherfuckers will be like start pulling shit together. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anybody?
That's the basis. So like that's how my whole program is modeled. That's my square that I stand on, and that my gym stands. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's
but can I bring something up in the realm of accountability? And I know that like we all make like our own decisions and everything like that. But from a standpoint of like a kid that grew up with a father that was in jail and a mother that was on drugs, I do believe that does lay the foundation for like the future that you're about to live. You know, I've had arguments with
No. My mother was a fucking heroin addict. My father, I didn't even have that nigga around. No, I still made choices. Choices are out there, bro.
But it's also the difference between growing up in an Ivy League school and growing up on the west side of Chicago, man. Like,
no, it's still about choices. I swear to God, listen, man, listen. Everybody got somebody that's always been in the fucking ear at some point in their life. Like, clean your shit up, boy. You're heading down the wrong path. Everybody has had that. I firmly believe that. I believe that because even I didn't even recognize it. I'm 55, son. I don't even like telling motherfuckers how old I am. Anyways.
So you're saying that your environment doesn't dictate your future?
Man, choices dictate your future. Choices dictate your future. And even if you're given fucked up shit, fucked up life, man, listen, man, look, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 out right now. Man, listen. I grew up around heroin addicts and everything. I learned a lot of shit. I grew up around pimps and hustlers. I learned a lot of shit. It took me to be 50 fucking years old to figure out that I was fucking up for a long time. Even though I was winning at some points and losing at other points, it took me that goddamn long to figure out my thought process was fucked up. But what was really fucked up is I had the choice. I had the choice to go here, and I had a choice to go there. One of the greatest things my mother ever said to me, man, and even in her dope injected heroin bullshit, everything, and an alcoholic, and fucking the worst mother ever. I still love her to this day. Rest in peace, mama. But she instilled some things in our hearts and our souls. You know, even in all her fuckery, it's like, you know, be the smartest man. Take care of your intellect. Doesn't matter where you're from. We grew up in fucked up neighborhoods. She constantly said this shit is to be the best version of yourself. But I had to go outside and fucking figure it out. And I didn't have a daddy around or nothing like that. So yeah, this is the only person that I see as a inspiration. And she was a heroin addict. But real quick, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let everybody else talk. I was 14 years old, my mom wakes me up in a moment of sobriety and asked me, she didn't ask me, she demanded. She said, promise me you will never, she like woke me the fuck up like horrifically and said, promise me you'll never do drugs ever in your life. I said, okay. I did not know what that promise meant until I got older. My sister was a heroin addict. No longer, she's not, she's still alive. My brother, rest in peace. As I said, a high-speed chase, whatever. But he was doing every drug known to man. I don't have that in that thing in my head, and that even though my mom was fucked up, I kind of kept my shit on a certain keel. You know what I'm saying? I seen life fucked up. I seen dead bodies. I seen everything. I personally made the choice not to do certain shit. You feel me? And even when I made the choices to not do certain shit, sometimes it just didn't work out for me. But it's not an excuse. Listen, first of all, we got to talk about the Fifth Amendment. We ain't going to talk about it tonight, but there's certain things to hold people of color, of melanin. If you are brown, if you are black, this system in this country is not geared for you. It is not geared for you. So you have to, we see you, we see OT, but you have to, at some point, think and be different. Think and be different. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important shit. And the most important shit is all these dudes out here with these fucking baby mamas and everything. This is the point of the show. Think and be different, my guy. Let me shut the fuck up.
That still doesn't erase cause and effect, though, man. I don't know. I just see it a little bit different. We all do have our choices, but some people get led into a path that's really fucked up and they can never get out of it. We talked about it on the last show with like destroying the fathers in the house and the crime bill and fucking just homes being destroyed. That shit does have an effect, though, man. I get what you're saying about ownership and making your own decisions, but there is an effect of the life you live, bro. There's not no way around it. Like, there is an effect of the kind of life that you live. You know, if y'all saw the movie Twins in the late 80s, Danny DeVito, I mean, it's just a fucking movie, but it's an example. Danny DeVito went to the hood and Arnold Schwarzenegger went to the islands, and they lived two different fucking lives and are two different people. I do think that the life that you live does have an effect, but in the end, yeah, you make decisions that make that a better situation.
But no, I agree with that. And see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I believe a lot of these kids are very angry inside.
Yeah.
They're very angry inside for whatever reason. And when you're angry inside and you're a kid, your thought process already is not fully there. You're a child.
Yeah.
So when you're angry and you're a child, you're definitely going to not make the right choice. You know, you're not going to think of the right choices. And a lot of times it's first thought, first reaction. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not, let's sit back and let's think about this. It's first thought, first reaction. Oh, I'm going to shoot it. Bam. Yeah. I'm going to do this robbery. Bam. But instead of thinking about, okay, if I shoot him, then what are the consequences if I get caught? Instead of thinking about the consequences, if I go do this robbery, what's going to happen if I get caught? If I go with them, can I trust them enough to go with them and nothing's going to happen to me?
I'm dying over here. I'm dying
over here. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
Bro,
all we can't even hear you, OT. We can't even hear OT.
Well, he got to figure that shit out. We can't hear you, OT. We cannot hear you. Figure it out. a lot of this shit is very disturbing to me because I feel like, and AJ, help me out on this. I'm dragging you in it.
Hey,
What's cracking?
these Sunday sit down. We keep having this Sunday sit down with the OGs, and we talked about a solution last week, and we're just still in a conversation. Like, what's the end?
Sparks solution.
That's what we start with. We got to have conversation in order to come up with a solution, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dialogue. It takes dialogue. We can't just come out, jump out, and start with solutions. We got to know where to start from.
And by the way, let's be very clear. This show is not about motherfuckers being angry, being mad, and just talking shit just to be talking shit. This show is about finding solution. Let's be very, 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 very clear. Like AJ, he found a solution to a problem where he lives, right? He comes from fucked up shit, Gizzo. He comes from fucked up shit. The nigga been to the joint. He done seen everything. Shit done happen. He gets out. He says, "Fuck it." Things happen. Rest in peace, his sons. And he says, "I gotta make a fucking change." And so what does he do? He opens up a boxing gym, and now he's taking kids off the street, teaching them discipline. You know what I'm saying? That's one man doing one thing that is helping. Shit, I don't even fucking know. Because right now, like this show, I feel like if we touch one, we made it. You feel me? AJ, come on, man. You got to talk, bro.
I mean, like I said, I'm just gonna keep repeating myself, man. It's just a matter of just doing it, Like, I think I'm with Cali Blue over here. I mean, dialogue is where it all starts. I'm not where I'm at if it wasn't for some conversations with some of my big homies. Like, hey, like, what do you guys think, and blah blah blah. Because the one thing that I've always said too, just like how we're all right here having a dialogue. Take older folks like us, like that have been in the game, done these things. Because in all right, like my big homie want to see nobody go through this shit. They might be stuck in that life, but they don't. I still talk. I talked to one of my cousins right now, just this morning. He's doing 60 years. He's been down since 2003, and he can't see parole until another 15 years. And it's just like, yeah, he's doing what he has to do to survive, but he's like, AJ, whatever you need me to do, because he has status within the red and blue that's going on out here. He's like,
gang, man,
I'll talk to whoever I need to talk to support what you're doing out there, because I don't want to see these young brown kids in here with me. And so, I mean, of course, it starts with the dialogue, but then it's just a matter of doing it. Like, I haven't always made the right choices, I think, within this movement that I'm doing, but I know that it don't stop. For every choice or every decisions I've made out of, let's say, 100, like 10 of them are not right, but I stay consistent with my mission. And
hey, he just said the most important shit right there. For whatever the mission is, even right here, right now, as we speak, whatever the mission is, we got to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is a thing that a lot of motherfuckers nowadays don't really understand. Like, if you say you're doing it, do it. You know what I mean? Like, I say this all the time, man. Whenever I talk to somebody and they say, well, maybe tomorrow. No. You got to speak in definites. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be in definites. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do something, you have to definitely put yourself forward, and you have to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever else you think you got going on, if you want to succeed in anything, you have to have consistency. You have to, if you want to work out, you got to get your ass up. If you want to keep your fucking job, you got to get your ass up. If you want to fucking live right, you got to get your ass up and make a change.
You don't just do it. You have to just do it.
Yeah, and you don't speak words like maybe, kinda,
yeah,
if I can.
You know, you just have to just do it. When I saw my nephews and my son had the talent for music, is when I built a studio in my brother's garage and I started the label. And they didn't even want to do it at first, but I knew if I kept them in the studio with me, they didn't have time to be out there. So that's one way I got my son too. That's one way I tricked him, because he thought he was going to be running with the homies a lot. But no, I had him in the studio a lot. And see, now it's his thing. It's his number one thing. Him and my nephew. And it hurts me because I got what, 5 nephews, and only one of them took to the music and stuck with it and started doing his thing. 3, like I said, went to prison. 4, one of my nephews, he didn't go to prison, but he been in jail for a couple of months for trying to do some little pimping and pandering or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So everybody that didn't take a hold to what I was trying to do went down that path. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my son caught them 2 cases. He's been smooth ever since. Music been his number one thing, and he been on it like a hornet. You know what I'm saying? So if you have like for me, I don't have boxing like AJ. We have to take what we know.
Facts.
We have to take what we do, because God gave us all a gift. God gave us all the talent. God gave us all.
Facts. Church.
And if we take that, what we know, then we can teach somebody else, these kids, something that they'll possibly hold on to for the rest of their lives. Like we say, all of them won't do it. I'm living proof of that, because I got nephews that I took and I kept their ass in the booth, but they ain't taking them. They in prison right now. All of them ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I got 2 young ones that took to the music. They stuck to it. They stayed out of trouble, and they handle their business. You know what I'm saying? So it's about what we know that we can use. That's I'm gonna call it a weapon. We have weapons that we can use in order to teach these kids something that they can utilize for their life. You know
so I saw AJ nod his head when you said weapons that we use, AJ, and I keep coming at you because I don't think you're really giving yourself the credit that you deserve. And I respect the humble ability, you being humble and everything, but you still got to talk your shit, because like at this point right now, this shit gonna be out there for everybody. That means your fucking students are gonna be seeing you right now. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be out there, and I'm not saying you need to be overly aggressive or anything like that, but really speak your shit, man, because I'm still waiting on that. Because you're doing something, and I get the humility. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, yo, I get the fact that you're just doing it to be doing it, and you're doing it to keep kids off the streets, but I'm sure you guys have like some kind of mantra or some kind of something, you know what I mean? Like, speak on those things, bro. Because these kids are...
Before you do, AJ, I went way past my time. I stretched it out for the night.
You already know. Thank you so much.
Time for me to get on up out of here, man. But I salute you, AJ, man. Keep it up. You are now Sunday Sit Down, friends of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Feel free to pop in at any time. You know what I'm saying? My man LT, you already know. You this is your second time. You already know. Keep on coming through, and we gonna keep on chopping it up, man, and spreading this knowledge, man, and seeing what we can do for these kids, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be blessed, man. It's a pleasure. I'll holler at y'all next Sunday.
For sure, for sure. OG Cali Blue, man, my homie. I went at his ass, but you know what I'm saying. But we got to do certain things. We got to come at each other, and you know what I mean, and not be scared. You feel me? Not be scared. Not you know what I mean. Like if I come at motherfucking AJ, he got to understand. Like I'm saying it because I'm saying it. I'm saying it because it might be flaws in what you're saying, son. You feel me? And I gotta, I gotta attack that. Does that mean I hate AJ? Hell no. I love what AJ doing. You feel me? I love what OT's doing. I love what OG Cali Blue is doing. Man, Mario Diaz said Sunday sit downs, exclamation. He also said we gotta teach and growth. I think he meant teach and grow. We gotta teach and growth. No, he meant growth. Grow. I mean, but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to unwrap. It's a lot to peel back. You know what I'm saying?
I do want to say this though, man. Let me say this. It's about finding a solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do one and Cali Blue kept saying like, just do it. And something I tell my son, because he's young, he's 19. I tell him all the time because he's just like, God, I don't know what to do. Like, where do I go? Like let's say work wise. And I'm like, look, dude, get yourself working. Once you start working, there's going to be other opportunities because you're doing it.
Right.
Whoever has opportunities if they're sitting on their ass and sitting on the couch. You actually got to go.
Right.
So if it's eating burgers for 4 months, that next opportunity is going to come where, you know what? Hey, let's go over here. Now from making 16, he's making 22 an hour. Now he's there for a little bit, and then boom, another opportunity comes. Like,
yeah.
You have to like just get out there and do it. So like with me, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Nobody gave me a blueprint. I just did it.
Right.
And it's like I said, like I made mistakes, but I've learned from them. I keep going. I've been doing shit for damn near 10 years now. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so I'm only getting better, man. Like, and it's like the proof's in the pudding. Like I just got a $70,000 grant to the city for the work that I'm doing.
Man, shout out, man. Wait, whoa. Slow down, son. Slow down. Because let's just say, yo, shout out to Aztec Boxing in Greeley, Colorado. Get your ass over there and learn some goddamn discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass over there and learn some shit. Talk to the OG. You know what I'm saying? Learn some shit. Learn some discipline. Damn it.
But just from there, though, like the average person, they're gonna get that and they're gonna be like, man, I did it. But I'm like, fuck
right.
That. Like, I want more. Like, we have to have more. You know what I mean? So, like, check this out. I'm gonna give you a story. I got the $70,000. This was like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
About 4 months ago, I work with a kid who's 15 years old. And I work with a kid that's about 15 years old. And they're from two sides. You're familiar with the red and blue out here in Colorado. So, the dude that wears red walks up to the dude that wears blue on his porch and shoots him in the head. They're both in my gym. You know what I mean? I don't advocate that shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he shot him 4 times right in front of his mom. It's fucked up. The whole situation's fucked up. From that situation, there's been about 12 shootings in the last 3 months. Just from that one situation. Back and forth. I'm over here working overtime, man. Like, I'm in the streets. I'm doing this shit. Right? I could have took that $70,000 and just whatever. Like some people think that's a lot of money, and they would have.
Yeah, no. No. Don't even put that out there. Don't put that bad energy out there, bro.
No,
You do
I'm
what you
not.
do.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like I didn't, not at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the same people that gave me that are like, yo, what's the next big one? I'm like, give me space, give me more building. So check this out. Now they're talking about building me my own community center. That's gonna
Stop it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. So let me just say something real quick. Because our show usually only goes about 30 minutes. But I want to say something. And I really need to. I really need to. And this goes to everybody that listens now or listens later. Okay? Understand what we're doing. Understand our conversation. We are not here to argue with each other. We are not here to talk shit and point blame. What we're here to do is one of you motherfuckers that are sitting out there that doesn't have your shit together. And quite frankly, let me just say that there's a lot of us brown and black people out there and red people that don't have their shit together. You hear us? Pull it together. Pull it together. It's not that difficult. Put your mind to something. The same way that you put your mind to gang banging and everything else, put that mind into, I don't know, finances, real estate, fucking anything. Because if you can be that smart in gang banging and survive, you're smart enough to figure out finances. You're smart enough to figure out certain shit. You're smart enough to go back to school. You're smart enough to figure your life out. You know what I'm saying? Don't take this show as punk pussy shit. Don't take myself, heat detector. Don't take OT. Don't take AJ. Don't take OG Cali Blue as we some angry ass, no good for nothing ass motherfuckers talking about shit that we don't know about. Fact of the matter is, start looking at your elders. That's a fact. I remember when elders were respected. They're not even respected now. Look at your elders. They'll teach you and tell you how to fucking run your life and how to do shit. And you'll win every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And us as grown ass men right now, we are legitimately the elders. So what are we doing? What are we doing to make a change? What are we doing to actually have something prolific that these kids fucking stop and say, fuck that. I'm not doing that no more. That's the whole point of the show. That's the whole point of everything. And I don't give a fuck if anybody thinks anything different about this show. I don't. I really don't. And I feel like the people that are a part of the show, that have come on the show, everything, understand it 100%. And goddamn, I'm gonna leave it at this. And the most craziest shit I gotta say is I need everybody to like and subscribe, because we need. Let me redirect myself and correct myself. We need everybody to understand what the fuck we are talking about. Because it's not about self. You know, this shit is bigger than life. If there's a matrix, if there's whatever in the fuck, we're breaking the matrix. You know what I'm saying? and every man of color, every man of melanin, every man that tanning, we already tanned, should understand and know what the fuck the entire system is already doing to us. And this is why we have to have these conversations. All right? I'm going to shut the fuck up. AJ, talk to him, and we're going to end it. And then we're going to end it with OT. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking too much, if I'm saying too much, if I cross the line, I don't give a fuck. I need to cross the line. You need to cross the line. OT need to cross the line. We all need to cross the line.
I'm just gonna end it like this, man. I love what you're doing, and fuck if anybody gets offended, because just like when you lift weights, man, you got to tear muscle, build muscle. So if you're fucking
right,
let them fucking grow up, and you know what I'm saying, and let them, take whatever offense they got and look in the mirror and then check themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I thought this was dope, but I mean, at the end of the day, man, all I can say, whoever's listening, if they listen later or whatever, man, just put it in the other and just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna love it. Some people are gonna hate it, but we're gonna fucking keep moving, and we're gonna keep doing the do. Like, that's it. I don't give a fuck. I'm like you, man. I don't give a fuck what the next person says. The next person.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like, all I know is I see results. The proof's in the pudding. And until that shit is not fucking spinning like it is, then I'm gonna keep doing it, and ain't nobody gonna tell me.
Yeah.
So that's all I know. That's all I know.
Well, I appreciate you 100%. 100%. Thank you so much for giving your perspective, and also too, before we leave this motherfucker, and what I'm getting ready to say is gonna sound stupid, but trust me, people are stupid. So tell them how to find you. Tell them how to get in contact with you, but do it slow and easy. You know what I'm saying?
Best way to get a hold of me, man, is my Facebook and IG handle are the same thing. Azteca Boxing 970.
Slow it down, killer. Azteca, and then spell it out for these dumb motherfuckers out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
check this out.
Go ahead.
AZTECA Boxing 970. Facebook and IG.
So that's Aztec Boxing 970 at gmail.com or some shit. See, I didn't even get it.
Azteca, AZTECA.
Azteca what?
Boxing. BOXING. For all you illiterate motherfuckers, boxing.
Exactly. See, he get it.
Yeah, find me, check me out, hit me up.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna shout my homie out. AJ Boxing. Take your dumbass kid over there. Take your goofy ass kid over there so we can teach him how to be a young man. You know what I'm saying? Take your back talking ass kid to him. If you're in Colorado and you're in Greeley, by the way, I know where that's at, whatever. Take your big mouth ass kid over there that plays too much video games and show him what fucking, put him over there. They're going to teach him discipline. They're going to teach him how to fucking respect shit. And I guarantee he'll never call you a bitch and everything else. Fucking mom. Fuck, he won't even run his mouth like that. He will turn around and be that child that you always wanted.
That's right.
Go to Aztec Boxing in Greeley, Colorado. Go there, take your wild ass child there, and then just drive off. You know what I'm saying? Holler at them and let them know that, you know, it's going to be an hour or two or whatever. But drive the fuck off. Go to Starbucks. Have a fucking latte. You know what I'm saying? But leave that motherfucker there. Don't worry about him because AJ got him. And he hey yo, that's a tag right there. AJ got him. AJ got him. I'm gonna say that on every show from this point on. AJ got him. Colorado, Aztec Boxing. You already heard it.
All right, man.
I don't need to say shit else, do I? All you moms out there with your fucked up ass little boys, take their ass to fucking AJ Boxing and set their ass straight. I'm sorry, fam. I ain't trying to put you out there like you crazy or nothing, but they need that shit.
But yeah, I'll holler at you, man. I'm gonna go finish this boxing ring right now, and I'll get with you.
My man, listen, you did something tonight. What you don't know what you did is you became a homie of the show.
All right, brother.
That link that you got, anytime you want to chime in, you chime in, sir.
All right, brother.
You are the homie of the show. Man, shout out to Aztec Boxing in Greeley, Colorado. If your goofy ass son or daughter is out of pocket, take them there. They'll teach them something. They're going to teach them how to be right.
I'll get with you, brother.
Love, fam. All right. So here I am. I'm gonna end this shit. I'm gonna say some shit. You know, we all think about what's important, but a lot of times we don't move on what's important. And listen, I'm not the smartest man in the room. I am the dumbest motherfucker half the time. But I don't live like a stupid motherfucker. You understand me? I love everybody. I love everything. I love life. I love the movement of life. And let's be very clear. Love life. Love the people that you surround yourself with. Also, too, be careful who you surround yourself with. This side note. But live life. Live life. You're going to have bumps. You're going to have shit. You're going to have stuff. But live motherfucking life. Oh God, man, like I'm for real. Live life. Don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about what